on YouTube, so look like I'm really interesting and funny. Okay? So, what we're going to talk about today is sex.
Oh,
What?
all right.
It's a 3-letter word. So, did everybody get their little flyers here that I have for you?
Yes.
If you turn to the second page, there's 2 little things I want you to fill out as quickly as possible to find out where you're at in this. And I'm going to keep talking while you do it. The first one on there is for the men. The second one is for the women. So make sure you're filling out the right one.
So women like their wives.
So, the top 5 reasons people argue in a marriage. Number 1 is money. We talked about the last time I spoke. Number 2 is sex. So I figured we'd hit on number 2. How's that? So what if I told you by following the rules I'm going to give you today, in 10 minutes, you could improve your love life tenfold? Would you do what I told you to do for 3 weeks? Would it be worth it to implement these lessons for 3 weeks?
Yes.
Everyone look at me.
Yeah.
And yes. Okay. It's a good thing. So it's supposed to be a good thing. Go with me. Here. There are 5 things you need to learn to change your relationships. And it's not just your sex life. It's not just your marriage. It's your friendships. It's your relationship with your kids. It's any human being you come in contact with. By understanding these 5 things, it can change your relationships completely. This is called Love Languages. It comes from the book, The 5 Love Languages. Anybody read this one before? Awesome. If you haven't, please pick it up. I have it listed on there as a good read for you. Let me explain what the 5 things are. People receive and give love in different ways. Okay? We all receive and give love in different ways. We all speak a different language when it comes to it. What affects me may not affect you. Right? Some people are word people. What you say to me makes a huge difference in my life, good and bad. Other people, water off a duck's back. Doesn't really matter. I'm a huge word person. What you say to me affects me. I'm all about talking to people and the language of it all. The second thing is spending time together. My husband's a huge time person. And it doesn't mean we have to sit face to face. One thing you need to understand is women are face to face people. When we go have coffee together, we are face to face this way, and as the conversation gets more intense, we creep in closer to each other and get closer and closer and closer. Do men do that?
Yeah.
Not unless they're gay, okay? Honestly, and I have nothing against gay people. That's just the way it is. Men are shoulder to shoulder guys. They go to baseball games, they play golf, they sit in the car next to each other. That's how they communicate, shoulder to shoulder. Here's the bottom line. If you as men want to communicate in your wife's language, because you know the first thing that turns on a man is the sound of a zipper, right? It's done. Wind blows, whoop, we're ready. Women are a little bit different. It takes a little bit more to get them on the right track. It's on purpose. Okay? It was created that way on purpose. And I think I've told you this before, but I'm going to tell you again. When we're created in the womb, we come together in 2 parts, the left side and the right side. Our brain does the same thing. It comes together in 2 parts. Right? Between it are neurological transmitters that go between the right and the left side of the brain. Women have twice as many as men do. It's supposed to be that way. We are multitaskers. We are created by God to be multitaskers. We are supposed to raise the family, do the dishes, cook the dinner, all of that stuff. That was the original plan. Men are supposed to hunt, gather, and protect their family. Now imagine if the man had as many neurological transmitters as a woman did, so that they are all over the place trying to do 100 different things, and we put a gun in their hand and say, please go kill an animal, bring it home, and protect your family. Odds are they would come home, shoot the family, take them out into the jungle. You know, it doesn't work that way. You can't be distracted by other things when you're supposed to hunt, gather, and protect, right? You have to be monofocused. So we were created that originally in the beginning of time to be this way. So that being said, if you want to get into a woman's heart, you have to do the face-to-face thing. I recommend to all my marriage couples that I work with 15 minutes a day. Is that too much time? I know the men in my house, and I have a lot of men, spend more time in the bathroom than 15 minutes a day. So you can sit across the table, face to face, with your significant other and have a conversation. It doesn't have to be a big in-depth, it just has to be, how was your day? Tell me what's going on. It's that connection that says, I care about you, what you think, and what you're doing. Because that's very, very important to us. Now, one thing that doesn't work is one of you sitting at the table and the other one is running around doing other things, and they say, I can hear you while I do other things. That doesn't count. It's the sit down face-to-face time that counts. If you do this every day for 3 weeks, sit down and have a conversation, I guarantee you, and not fight, not hit the red button topics, stay away from money, sex, work, children, and housework, talk about the other person and how they're feeling, because feelings are important. Your marriage will change. Your relationships will change. Do it with your kids, do it with your friends. Time together. The third thing is gifts.
I'm writing jokes over here.
Oh, great. The third thing is gifts. My sister's a gift person, and gifts doesn't mean you have to go out and buy a Rolex watch and give them a Rolex watch. Gifts means I'm giving of myself to you. I am giving you, the thing that means a lot to a mom who's a gifts mom is the dandelion that comes out of the front yard, because it means I thought about you enough to get this for you. It's the handmade card. It's, like Lori with the Valentine's Day thing. Do not be missing Valentine's Day, right, Lori?
I hear you, sister.
That's probably the lowest on the totem pole of people I deal with, the gifts people. But it's an okay thing to have. It's an okay thing to, if that's your love language, awesome. Communicate that to your friends and family. And it's not money involved. Acts of service. Acts of service is way cool. Acts of service is you are doing something for me just because you know it makes me happy. One of my clients finally figured this out. He started making blueberry pancakes for his wife every Sunday morning before they went to church. And you just watched her walk into church, because they go to our church, just all lit up. She's like, here, we have blueberry pancakes for you. He hates blueberries, and he's really not very crazy about pancakes. But he does it for her as a gift to her to show how he cares about her, okay? My husband loves it when I clean up the purgatory pile next to my bed. That tells him that I love him. Does everybody know what my purgatory pile is next to my bed?
No.
Okay. When I get home from work, there are clothes that I've worn that I don't want to put back in the closet because I've worn them once, but I don't want to throw them in the dirty clothes because they're not really dirty yet. So they go into the purgatory pile on the pile next to me on the bed, by the bed. And he's a little anal retentive that way, and he hates it. Drives him crazy. So him being gone 3 to 5 days a week, I know on DCH night, which is Dad's coming home, I have to clean up my purgatory pile and clean up what I've done all week while I've been working and he's been gone because things have kind of gone askew in my room. So I know that's a love language for him. Last night I got the conversation, why don't you put the toilet paper back on the roll? And I've been waiting for him to ask me that. And here's the reason. Here, I told him last night, I said, I've been meaning to tell you what. I injured my shoulder and the toilet paper roll is back here. So in order for me to get toilet paper, I have to lean my arm all the way back, which hurts really bad. So I take it off, I set it on top, and then I can pick it up and put it in front of me. And he was okay with that, even though he wasn't talking in his love language. So acts of service is very important. Last but not least, touch. Touch. If you are a touch person, and you'll know I'm a touch person because I'm a huggy, touchy person when I deal with you, is very important. That's holding each other's hand. That's that sitting next to each other on the couch with your arm around them. Just that connection, that physical connection. Very, very important to those people. So the test you just took should tell you where you fall in these. Is everybody done?
No.
Okay, well, we were going to go on anyway. How many's not dead? Okay. Add them up, and you should know what your love language is when you're done. All right. Add it up when you get home. That means you were just listening to me, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Totally attentive.
Right.
That's fabulous. All the way to the back, I just gave you a few hints on how to feed those love languages. There's one page on each love language so you get an idea. Give this test to your spouse. Try for 3 weeks to feed their love language and see how this changes. Call to action, give it 2 seconds. Call to action. Every one of you got emailed invitation to a marriage seminar that's coming up in August. This is one part of 10 pieces that I'm going to go over. So this is just one section. I'd really love to have you guys there. It's August 26th, I believe, and it's going to be at the Aries Suites in Corona off 6th Street and Surface Club Drive, right there next to Miguel's. Take a look at it. If you didn't get one, somebody email me and I'll shoot it back to you just in case I have a glitch in my email system, which is totally possible. I would love to answer questions. I'll hang out afterwards because I passed my time. So, Lori,
I'm a high achiever and I want to know if I got an A on the test. How do I do that?
you got an A. If you filled out the test, you got an A. Okay. Thank you guys.